فتاح يا فتاح اللهم صل على محمد وبارك وسلم ربنا زدنا علما رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today we are starting our new phase in learning Arabic grammar, which is about af'al, the fail. We say there are three type of words in Arabic: harf, ism, and fail. So we have studied ism and we have studied some huruf with the ism. Now we will study fail, and inshallah ta'ala there's some new huruf will come in the study of fail as well. So inshallah ta'ala we will start our topic today about the af'al. So we'll start with the fail Maadi. But before that, I want you to explain that in Arabic, when I say fail, it does not mean a single word. Fail in Arabic grammar contains a full sentence inside it. If I say I entered, if I say dakhala, so dakhala means I entered. Sorry, he entered. Dakhala. So dakhala means he entered, and it is a full sentence because if I'm saying he entered in English, I'm using two words, a pronoun he and a verb entered. But in Arabic, I would say dakhala, and it would mean he entered. So in Arabic grammar, when we are using a verb, it is mean a whole sentence on its own. So when we started our studies, we said there are three types of verbs, three types of af'al in Arabic grammar that are fi'l madi, fi'l mudare, and fi'l amr and nahi. So fi'l madi is a past tense. Fi'l mudare contains present and future in it. And fi'l amr and nahi is a commanding and forgiving, which is imperative sentences in English grammar. So today we will start with fi'l madi. So far so good?
Yes.
Okay. So when we starting a fi'l madi, so we are talking about the past tense. So since we studied so many charts in our language, the Muslim chart, the Muslima chart, and they were about the how the words are in singular, pair, and dual form. So and we studied our pronouns, which are singular, pair, and dual. So now we'll see that these af'al has some pattern and they have some ending combination and sound that has a pronoun interlinked to it. So inshallah we will study fi'l madi today. So I am sharing screen. And I want one of you to read. Who should I start with? Sister Raisa. I want to start with you. So please, can you see my screen? Is that readable?
Yes, I can see it.
Let me just zoom it a bit. So can you please read from introduction?
Okay. Introduction. A fi'l in Arabic differs from an English verb in that every fi'l contains a pronoun inside of it. This pronoun serves as a doer. Together, an action and a doer makes a full sentence. Because a fi'l contains both, it is considered a full sentence. Jumla al-fi'liya. There are three types of fi'l in Arabic. They are al-fi'l al-madi, the past tense fi'l, al-fi'l mudari, the present or future tense fi'l, and the fi'l al-amr, and al-nahi, the imperative fi'l. There are other fi'l forms that can be derived from these three types, but they are not considered separate types or categories of fi'l. They are considered variations of these three basic types.
Thank you. So you see, whatever I told you, that if we have a fi'l on its own, it contains a pronoun inside of it, so it makes a complete jumla failure on its own by just single word that we have seen. So that is why a single ism is called jumla failure. Single fail is called jumla failure in Arabic. And we talk about the three types of afal in Arabic, and we say that if everything that is coming is in another form, it's just the derivation of these three. So basically we have to learn about the three basic types of afal. Now, Sister Sarah, can you please read from using a fail in a sentence? Sister Sarah, yeah, walaikum assalam, please.
Using a fail in a sentence. Recall that if a sentence begins with fail, it is called jumla failure. Recall that a fail is an action that has a tense, so a jumla failure is a sentence that contains some sort of action. Just as jumla ismiya has three parts, there are also three parts in jumla failure. They are al-fail, the action, al-fa'il, the doer, the one who carries out the action, and the maf'ul, the detail. Let us explore each of these three components in detail, one at a time.
Okay. So we know that when we are studying jumla ismiya, we said if a sentence is starting with an ism, it's a jumla ismiya. But if a sentence is starting with a fail, it's a jumla failure. So since in jumla ismiya we have the mubtada, khabar and muta'alliq bil khabar, now in jumla failure we have al-fail, which is the fail as an action, al-fa'il, I mean the one who is doing the action, and maf'ul is it about the action. It is the detail about the action. Like if I say I ate, so I ate means I is a doer, ate is an action, and if I say I ate bananas, then banana is what? The detail. I ate dinner, dinner is a detail, right? So whatever is about the action is maf'ul, what is the action is fail, and who is doing the action is fa'il. So in jumla failure we have three parts: fail, fa'il and maf'ul. Inshallah ta'ala we will see them in detail in this chapter now, today or inshallah tomorrow, see how we progress. So we're talking about the fail al-Maadi now. As I say, that fail has a pronoun inside it. So we have singular, pair and plural forms of a fail and that is the format that explains that this fail is in a Maadi, is in a past tense, and we have each variation of a fail as per the pronouns that we have available. Like for huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna, ana, and nahnu. So you see in the chart that the form of a fail, the simple fail is nasara, and which is huwa nasara, but you say the form is changing, and this changing form is telling you what is the hidden pronoun inside of it. So you have to memorize this chart because this is absolutely necessary. And if you change the word in it from nasara to, like if I say dakhala, then huwa dakhala, huma dakhala, hum dakhalu. So you can change a word and the ending sound or ending combination would remain the same, and that will tell you what is the hidden pronoun inside of it, right? Now for the chart, for us to remember, we are saying huwa nasara, but you will not see nasara is written huwa nasara because the fatha, single fatha on ra is telling you that this is huwa. But since we are new, so we will remember it like huwa nasara, right? And later on when we'll see nasara, we will say, oh, it means huwa. So it's not written like huwa nasara, but it is for our learning purpose so that we will get familiar with it, and then later on we will be easily identifying what is the hidden pronoun in it. So I would like sister, let me see who I want to put up to. Sister Habiba, can you please read the chart for us with the pronouns written in front of it? And nasara means helped, right?
Helped, okay.
So
should I read the translation?
No, you just read the Arabic because we know the pronouns now, mashallah. So we know what the changes are. We are familiar. Huwa means he and huma means both of them. But you should read the Arabic here.
Okay. huwa nasara, huma nasara, hum nasaru, hiya nasarat, huma nasarata,
Nasarata.
nasarata, hunna nasarna. Anta nasarta, antuma nasartuma, antum nasartum, anti nasarti, antuma nasartuma, antunna nasartunna, ana nasartu, nahnu nasarna.
Okay, good. Sister Hodma, please, can you read this again for us? Sister Hodma, you with us?
Oh, yes.
Please read the chart for us.
هو نصر هما نصر هم نصر
Hum nasaru.
هي نصر
Hum nasaru.
هم نصروا sorry
You have to make a
هي
long sound of nasaru because wow and alif is a long vowels in Arabic.
yeah okay هي نصرت
Nasarat.
هما هي نصرت
Mm-hmm.
هما نصرتا
Mm-hmm.
هن نصر
Na.
is that نصرنا
Mm-hmm.
أنت نصرت
Mm-hmm.
أنتما نصرتما أنتم نصرتم أنت نصرتي أنتما نصرتما أنتن نصرتن oh sorry أنا نصرت نحن نصرنا.
Okay. Since you have seen in when we're doing ism, we talk about the shadda, kasra, and fatha. There was no sukoon in asma, right? So now you see in af'al you were finding a sukoon in the on the letters, right? Like if you say the first sukoon you find is a nasaru, wow has a sukoon on the top of it. Nasarat, ta has a sukoon on it. So this is one of the indication that if you find a sukoon in on a word, then it is a fail, right? And this sukoon and this harakat that are boxed in this chart is something that you have to pay attention and you have to remember, because the word before it can change, but these harakat or this combination of words are gonna tell you that okay, this is what pronoun is hidden inside the fail. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is about learning, so you have to memorize this chart inshallah. So when you memorize it, that will become easier for you. There's no other way of remembering this chart, so you have to memorize it, and that's why I'm trying to make your practice so you memorize it inshallah. Sister Lippy, please once again read for us, and now you please try to say after Sister Lippy. Sister Lippy, just say one word at a time, and then let the others follow you. Right?
Okay, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Huwa nasara, sorry, huwa nasara,
Huwa nasara.
huma nasara,
Huwa
huwa
nasara.
nasara, hum nasaru,
Hum nasaru.
hiya nasarat,
Hiya
nasarat, huma nasarata,
Huma
huma nasaratan, hunna nasarna, hunna nasarna, anta nasarta, anta nasarta, antuma nasartuma, antuma nasartuma, antum nasartum, antum nasartum, anti nasarti, anti nasarti, antuma nasartuma, antuma nasartuma, antunna nasartunna, antunna nasartunna, ana nasartu, ana nasartu, nahnu nasarna, nahnu nasarna.
Very well done. Now I will give you a word which is drill 1, and kataba means to write, right? And I want you to put kataba into the chart and give me a kataba chart, right? So I would like Sister Raisa to give me a kataba chart.
Okay. Huwa kataba. Huma kataba.
Yes.
Hum katabu. Hiya katabat. Huma katabata. Hunna katabna. Anta katabta. Antuma katabtuma. Antum katabtum. Anti katabti. Antuma katabtuma. And antunna katabtunna.
Very good.
Ana katabtu.
Yes.
Nahnu katabna.
Very good. Very good. MashaAllah. Now, Sister Sarah, I want you to Samia. Samia means to hear.
Yes, Ustaz. Samia.
Is that okay if you can do it, or if I give you a break and then you do it again next one?
No, inshallah, I will do it. Ustaz. Huwa sami'a. Huma sami'a. Hum sami'u. Hiya sami'at. Huma sama'ta.
No, it's not samata. Meme has a kasran, not fatha.
Sorry. Sami'ata. Hunna sami'na.
Very good.
Anta sami'ata. Antuma sami'tuma. Antum sami'tum.
Very good.
Anti sami'ti. Antuma sami'tuma. Antunna sami'tunna.
Very good.
Ana sami'tu. Nahnu sami'na.
Very well done. Very well done, mashallah. Now I want Sister Umme Habiba to do alama. Alama means to know.
Okay. Huwa allama. Huma allama.
Yes, you're right.
Okay. Huma allama. Hum allamu. Allamu. Okay. Hiya allamat. Huma allamata. Hunna allamna.
Yes, good.
Anta allamat. Anta allamta. Antuma allamtuma. Antum allamtum. Anti allamti. Antuma allamtuma. Antunna allantunna.
Okay.
Ana allamtu. Nahnu allamtuna.
Allamna.
Allamna.
Nahnu allamna. Good. Now, Sister Hodma, I want you to do aslama. Aslama means to submit.
هو أسلم هما أسلما هم أسلموا هي أسلمت هما أسلمنا no what was it أسلمنا أسلمتا
Aslamata.
هن أسلمنا أنت أسلمت أنتما أسلمتما أنتم أسلمتم أنت أسلمتي أنتما أسلمتما أنتن أسلمتن أنا أسلمت نحن أسلمنا.
Very good. Sister Lippy, I want you to do jahada. Jahada means to strive.
Okay. Jahada, jahadu, jahadata, jahadna.
You do with huwa. I know you can do it
Okay.
without huwa, but that's for the practice, right?
Huwa jahada, huma jahada, hum jahadu. Hiya jahadat, huma jahadata, hunna jahadna. Anta jahatta, antuma jahattuma, antum jahattum. Anti jahatti, antuma jahattuma, antunna jahattunna. Ana jahattu, nahnu jahadna.
Very well done. Very fluently, mashallah. Now we have Sister Raisa. I want you to do takabbara, but I want you to do with English as well. And takabbara means to feel pride, right? To feel pride, right? That is-
So like he's proud, she's proud, like
yes,
like that.
he felt proud, right? You mean like that?
Okay. Takabbara. Okay. Huwa takabbara. He feels proud.
He felt because it's past tense.
Oh, he felt proud. Okay. Huwa takabbara. He felt proud. Huma takabbara. Both of them felt proud. Hum takabbaru. They felt proud. Hiya takabbarat. She felt proud. Huma takabbarata. Both of them felt proud. Feminine. Hunna takabna. Wait, no.
Hunna takabbarna.
Oh, takabbarna.
Yes.
They felt proud. Anta takabbarata.
Takabbarta, because there's a
Takabbar.
on the last letter, right?
Yeah, anta takabbarta. You felt proud. Antuma takabbartuma. You too felt proud. Antum takabbartum. All of you felt proud. Anti takabbarti. You felt proud. Antuma takabbartuma. You too felt proud. Antunna takabbartunna. All of you felt proud.
Very good.
Ana takabbartu. I felt proud, and nahnu takabbartuna is we felt proud.
Okay, very well done. Very well done. Just hold on a second. The next turn is Sister Sarah's, but Sister, you have to do is Tamsaka, but I need a 1 minute break.
Okay.
Okay. Sister, please start istamsaka with the meaning. Istamsaka means to refrain, right? Refrained, you can say.
Okay. So, huwa istamsaka. He refrained. Huma istamsaka. Both of them refrained. Hum istamsaku. They refrained. Hiya istamsakta. Hiya istamsakat. She refrained. Huma istamsakta. Both of them refrained. Hunna istamsakna. They refrained. Anta istamsakta. You refrained. Antuma istamsaktuma. You two refrained. Antum istaksamtum. Istamsaktum. All of you refrained. Anti istamsakti. You refrained. Antuma istamsaktuma. You two refrained. Antunna istamsaktunna. All of you refrained. Ana istamsaktu. I refrained. Nahnu istamsakna. We refrained.
Very good, very good. The last one is talawama, which means to blame, right? So I want Sister Umm Habiba to please do talawama with meaning.
Talawama. Okay. Huwa talawama. He blamed. Huma talawama. Both of them blamed. Hum talawamu. They blamed. Hiya talawamat. She blamed. Huma talawamata. both of them felt. Hunna talawamatna. Talawamna. Okay. And they blamed. Anta talawamta. You blamed. Antuma talawamtuma. You two blamed. Antum talawamtum. You all of you blamed. Anti talawamti. You blamed. Antuma talawamtuma. You too blamed. Antunna talawamtunna. All of you blamed. Ana talawamtu. I blamed. Nahnu talawamna. We blamed.
Very well done. MashaAllah. So I think you all are quite fluent in changing the sounds and in the end of a fail to make it appropriate to the pronoun. So now we have a drill 2. In this drill 2, you have to give me the inside pronoun. So I'm hiding the chart now. Now you have to focus on the word and you have to read the chart for me, and then when you find the word, the format of this word, right, and then where you stop. And this is akhasa. Akhasa means to hold. So I want Sister Hodma to give me the pronoun of a akhazat.
That is singular. That's.
Start reading the chart. When you find the match for akhazat, when you stop and give me the pronoun, right? So start reading the chart first.
Oh, you need to read the whole thing.
Yeah.
Huwa akhadat.
No,
sorry. Huwa akhada.
Yes.
Huma akhada. Hum akhadu. Hum akhad. Is that right? Hum akhadu.
Akhazu. Yeah, with the long sound. Akhazu.
Hiya akhadat.
So match. We have a match. Hiya akhazat. So what's the pronoun here?
Hiya.
Hiya is a pronoun in akhazat. So you know, when you will read in Arabic script or in a Quran, you will not find hiya akhazat. But since the ending sound is the ta with the sukoon, so you identify that, okay, the pronoun inside is it. Hiya akhazat. And akhazat means to hold. So what does hiya akhazat means?
She held.
She held. And this is a complete sentence, right? So
Yes.
this jumla, so the fail Maadi is actually a past tense sentence about she held.
Does there not have to be a thing that she's holding?
That would be a detail, but you do not need a detail. It's not always necessary, right? If I say she held, it's a complete sentence. It has a doer and it has an action. The detail is not necessary all the time. In English sentence, we also say she ate, I ate, or I went. So it doesn't mean that I have to always explain where I went, right? So I went is a complete sentence in English. Here is akhazat,
So
like she held, is a complete
complete
sentence.
sentence with one word.
And is this a one word is a complete sentence in Arabic grammar.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Sister Lipi, itbana means itba means to follow. Itba,
Okay.
right?
So,
Original
yes.
word is ittaba. Ittaba, not itba. Ittaba means to follow. Now you please read the chart for me and find a match for itbana and give me the pronoun.
So we follow. So do I need to hold? Huwa ittabana.
No. What is the word ittaba?
Nahnu. So
Yeah, I know it's nanu, but you have to give me the whole chart to come to nanu.
okay. So huwa ittabana.
No. Na is not a part of a word.
Sorry, yeah. Huwa ittaba. Huma ittaba. Hum ittabu. Hiya ittabat. Huma ittabata. Hunna ittabna. Ittabana. Anta ittaba. Antuma ittabahuma. Ittaba'tum. Antum ittaba'tum. Anti ittaba'ti. Antuma ittaba'tuma. Antum ittaba'tum.
Antumna attabatunna.
Sorry, antunna ittaba'tunna. Ana ittaba'tu. Nahnu ittaba'na.
Ittaba'na. We have ittaba'na, which is nahnu here. And what does it mean?
Sorry, ittaba means
Follow, to follow.
so we followed.
We follow. Very good. And now, Sister Raisa, I want you to do tafarraqu. Tafarraq means to divide.
Tafarraqu. Okay. So, huwa tafarraqa. Huma tafarraqa. Hum tafarraqu. So it's they. What is the meaning?
Divide, to divide.
So it's they divide. It's hum.
Very good, very good. Now, Sister Sarah's turn. Ittakhaztum. Ittakhaz means to take.
Okay. اتخذتم. Okay. اتخذ. Right. هو اتخذ. هما اتخذا. هم اتخذوا. هي اتخذت. هما اتخذتا. هن اتخذن. أنتم
First in.
first is أنت, right? أنت اتخذت. أنتما اتخذتما. أنتم اتخذتم. So this is أنتم اتخذتم. So the pronoun is أنتم. All of you took.
Very good. Sister Habiba, Khanata. Khana means to betray. So give me Khanata.
Khanata. Huwa khanata. No.
No,
Huwa khana.
Huwa khana.
Huwa khana. Huma khana. Hum khanu. Hiya khanat. Huma khanata. Here is huma khanata.
Huma
Okay.
khanata.
Both of them betrayed.
Very good. Farakta. Now, Sister Hodma's turn. Farakta. Faraka means to differentiate. Faraka, to differentiate. So now give me the chart where you find faraktu.
فرقت. Okay. هو فرق. هو فرق. هما فرقا. هم فرقوا. هي فرقت. هم فرقت. هما فرقتا. هن فرقنا. أنت فرقت. So, is to betray, right?
Yes.
So you betrayed.
Very good. Now, Sister Lipi, akala. Akala means to eat.
Eat. Okay. So akala. So both of them eat.
Okay. Huma akala, right? Both of them eat.
Eat.
Good. Sister, who's the Sister Raisa's turn, right? Mannatu. Mannat means to do a favor. Mannat means to do a favor.
It's Anna. I did a favor.
Yeah, you do. I did a favor. Very good. Now, Sister Sarah, istakbara. Istakbar means to be arrogant, right?
Yeah. Takbara. So this will be the first singular one, I think. Huwa istakbara.
Very good. Now let me find the meaning of ittaqaytin. I don't know what the meaning of ittaqay. Okay, so there is ittaqay. Can you, Sister Habiba, can you give me the pronoun for it while I'm looking for the meaning?
Ittaqaytunna. Tunna is from antunna. All of you.
Antunna, right? Ittaqay means to be pious, right?
So all of you pious. How it would be the past
Yeah, you have to do it
or
in past.
where part?
So we beware. Give it the meaning of beware, right? Taqi means to beware, right?
Beware. So all of you, where?
Beware.
Beware. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So everybody, so far so good. So you understand how this afal change, in the changes in the end of afal gives you the hidden pronoun inside of it, and you know that there is a certain way the afal in a Maadi forms look like, right? So far so good.
Yeah.
Anybody has any question regarding it? No? So, okay, we are starting a new topic, which is a file. So, you know, when I'm saying is, nasara or istagbara or, farakta, I'm saying an action and a file combined, right? So this, when you have a pronoun inside an ism, we call it is a inside file. But it is always possible that it is not always a pronoun or doer, right? Somebody else can be a doer as well. Like a person can be a doer itself. A proper ism can be a doer itself. Like me, you, like the name can be doer and can be, a consequence can be a doer. So you have a doer not always in a form of a pronoun. So when we have a doer which is not a pronoun, so we call it an outside file, because the corresponding pronoun to that the doer is always present inside a file, but we have something else that is coming after that ism and pronoun combination, and that is going to tell us that this is a outside file. Are you getting it? Like instead of he, I can say Muhammad. Instead of she, I can say Faiza. Instead of they, I can say people. Instead of the pronoun, I can use any other ism, right? So since we have an inside pronoun embedded inside an ism, so this pronoun, this file has to come separately, and that is why we call it an outside file. Getting it?
So can you say, all the words that we've just been reading, that they are a fi'l and a fa'il?
All the words that we are reading so far, every fi'l in Arabic grammar has a fa'il inside of it, which is a pronoun, right? So if you say a word, a fi'l on its own, it is a sentence with a pronoun attached to it. But not always all the fa'il means the doer are the pronoun, right? Like in Arabic grammar, if I say I ate, I will use ana akala, right? To eat means the akala. So if I say ana akalat, right? If I say akalat, it means I ate. But if I say, Hodma ate, then how I'm gonna say that? If I say akalat, it means I ate. So if I have to use a ism and a name of a person or a thing as a doer, then that has to be something other than the ism, the fail and the pronoun combination, and that is why we call it an outside doer, because the pronoun is an inside doer which is embedded, and everything which is a doer which is not a part of that fail pronoun thing, it is a outside doer, which is something other than the pronoun. Do you get it?
Yeah, so the fa'il can be attached or detached.
File can be attached or detached. Yes, if a file is attached, then it is a inside file, which means that it is our pronoun, which is part of a fail, right? You cannot file a fail without a pronoun format of it, right? You cannot file a fail on its own. It always a pronoun which is attached to it, and our outside doer will be a corresponding file attached to it, a pronoun format attached to it. So we will see it inshallah how it works. But the rule for the outside file are as follows, that it must comes after the fail, right? An outside doer always comes after the fail. It cannot be before the fail, it comes after the fail in Arabic grammar. Though it's a doer, but it comes after the action. It must be a marfu'a. We know the doer is always the rafa form. So our doer will come in a rafa form. The fail must be either in huwa form or the hiya form. So, huwa hiya form means it's always be the third person. Third person masculine or third person plural. The fail which match the file in gender. So if we are using a file, an outside file, then if it's a singular or a masculine or feminine, then it has to match the file accordingly. So have a look at the example. Like if I say Nasara al-Muslimu, it means the Muslim helped. So the Muslim is singular and masculine. So what kind of a verb we use here? We use the singular masculine third person, which is Nasara. So it will be Nasara al-Muslimu, which means the Muslim helped. Now we'll not say he helped. Now we'll say the Muslim helped. Get it? I know this is confusing. So please, if you're not getting it, tell me. I'll try to explain it another way.
Yes, so Alhamdulillah, just a number doesn't need to match, yeah?
Number also, because Muslimu is singular masculine and Nasara is singular masculine third form. So huwa Nasara, the huwa Muslimu can be replaced with huwa, right? Muslimu is singular and masculine, Sister Lipi?
Yes, so this is first, it must come after the fa'il. So, number 2, it must be marfu. The fa'il must be either huwa from or here. The fa'il will be matched the fa'il, but we can't see any numbers singular or dual.
When they say huwa here, I say explicitly the third form. It is not
Third
huwa
form.
here. It means
Okay.
huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna. So they must be the third person pronoun that can be replaced by any other ism. So when I see the next example, Nasara al-Muslimani, the two Muslim helped. So our the fail is coming in a huwa form, but our the one is changing. It is two Muslims, but our fail is coming it in a huwa form. So fail will remain in a huwa form, and the pronoun can be changed in a number, Muslim, Muslimani, or Muslimuna, but should be third person. Get it, Sister Lipi?
Yes, Alhamdulillah.
Nasara al-Muslimu, Nasara al-Muslimani, or Nasara al-Muslimuna. But since they are all masculine, so we are using the Muslim chart, not the Muslima chart. But if we have Nasarta is here, which is feminine. So Nasarta, we cannot say Muslimu, it will be al-Muslimatu, because this is feminine. And we can use here for form of a fail because it is feminine. So Nasarat Muslimatani, two Muslima helped. Nasarat al-Muslimatu means the Muslimas helped. So do you understand the concept?
But here the number is not matching because Nasara is for Hua and Muslim Mani is dual, no?
Yes, the number is not changing. For a fail, the fail will remain in huwa and hiya form, but our doer, our fa'il, can be huwa, huma, hum, right? Hiya, huma, hunna, right? It can be our first, second, third person. Sorry, it can be third person, but can be singular, dual, or plural. I'm sorry.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. Is that doesn't need to
match the number with the fail.
Yes.
Just have to match the gender.
Yeah, but still little bit
For the
confusing.
fail, we'll be using only the first one. That is the
Okay,
first column will be
now
used.
listen to me. Forget about everything. Now listen to me. If we have an outside doer, right? Outside doer means other than the pronoun. If we have an outside doer, it can only mean that we have the third person we are talking about, and in the third person we have hua and hiya format. So we can only use two type of format for a verb, which is hua or hiya. Now coming to the doer. So the verb will always remain, the fail will always remain in hua or hiya form. Now we will see that the file that is coming in, what is the gender of a file. If the gender of file is masculine, you will put nasara or the format of a nasara. Or if we have a feminine doer, we will put the nasarat, which is a hiya format, or of any word in the nasarat format. But since we say we have a doer can be singular, the doer can be plural, or the doer can be dual. So we have either singular doer or dual doer or the plural doer in masculine form or in feminine form, right? But no matter what is the number of the file, the fail will remain in hua form for masculine or hiya form for feminine. Do you get it now?
Is it only for the outside doer?
It is only for the outside doer. We are talking about the outside doer only, because the inside doer is always there inside the fail.
Yeah.
We are talking about the outside doer, which is always rafa and which is always coming after the fail.
So we need to think four things. Like first, I have to see the fi'l. So fi'l means like a nasarat, yeah. And then second, I have to see is a marfu is a muslimatu is a marfu. Then second, I have to think is a hua or hiya, like nasarat is a hiya. Then fourth things I have to see is a gender means so nasarat is a hiya and muslimatu is a feminine as well. So nasarat.
Yeah, you cannot say nasarat al muslimu. That will be wrong, because nasarat is feminine.
Yeah.
And fail, and muslimu is a masculine ism. You know, the muslimu, muslimani, muslimatun, muslimatani, muslimatun, they all are ism, right? So our fa'il is always ism, and it's always in a rafa form, whether it's u or ani or una or atu, right? Tani or atu format. So they will be in that format, and you will find them right after the ism, right after the fail. So you say, okay, I see a fail and I see a ism in rafa form after it, then it can be what? Our outside doer. So doer will not, now I will not say she helped, I will say the Muslim helped, the Muslimah helped, right? So that is how the things will progress from now on. So it's not always necessary that you find an outside doer, but if you find a ism after a fa'il which is in rafa form, so you will match them in gender, and the fail should be in hua format. If I say nasarta al muslimatu, but nasarta is not in a hua form. Nasarta is in anta form, or nasarti in a anti form. I'm viewing the muslimatu. Nasarti muslimatu. So nasarti muslimatu, nasarti is in hua anta form. So it is not an outside doer. It cannot, al muslimatu cannot be a outside doer here, right? Because for an outside doer, the fail should be in hua or hiya form. Do you understand? There are four things we need to remember. Our file comes after the fail, right? But not every file that is coming after a fail is an outside doer, because it has to be marfu. Okay, if it's marfu, then again the fail must have to be in hiya and hua format, and the fail and file must match in gender. Is that more confusing or is that making any sense to you now?
It makes sense.
Okay. So, Sister Lippy, give me the 4 conditions for an outside doer.
So outside door have to have marfu. Yes, and they need to match gender, and then have to match gender and marfu, and after fail to
It has to come after a
fa'il.
fail.
Sorry,
It has to come after a fail.
after fail. Yes, you have to after fail. And what other?
Okay, there were 3 conditions there are 4 conditions when we are
Yes.
talking about an outside doer. The 3
Yes.
conditions are for fa'il and 1 condition is for fail. The
Yeah.
3 conditions for fa'il is that it should come after fail, it should be
Yes.
in rafa form, and it
Yeah.
should match in gender with fa'il, with the fail. Now
Yes.
there's only 1 condition for fail, and the condition is that the fail must be in huwa or hiya format.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
So you see a fail in huwa and hiya format, and you find an ism after it which is rafa and which match in gender with the fail, then we have an outside doer, right?
Oh, yes.
If we look at the example, then it will make things more clear to you, inshallah ta'ala. So who should I ask? Sister Raisa. If I say, forget fama, rabihat tijaratahum.
Rabihat tijaratahum. Okay. So
So first you have to identify if the fail is in huwa or hiya format. So what is the rabihat? Which format it is? Which is the inside pronoun in it?
it's in here form.
It is in hiya format. You say it is rabihat is a hiya format. Now first
Yeah.
condition match, so we have to look for the other 3 conditions. So now we have to look at the word tijaratahum.
Tijaratahum. It is it's in huwa form.
Tijaratuhum is a idafa fragment, right?
Tijaratuhum. Yeah, it's an idafa fragment.
Tijaratum is a dafa fragment, and how do you find it's a rafa form? Because of
the attached pronoun.
no, the attached pronoun doesn't give you the rafa form. Attached pronoun is always nasab or jar. When we have a
Oh,
dafa
yeah.
fragment, how do we find the status?
Oh, the modaf.
Yes. So tijaratu,
Tijarat.
tijaratuhum, is it?
Oh, tijaratu. Yeah. So because of the tu, it shows the status.
It
So
is
it's-
in rafa form,
Yeah.
right? So second condition match.
Yeah.
So what is the third condition? The
third
second
one-
condition is match because it is coming after it, right? It's tijaratuhum is coming after rabihat, which is an fail. So second condition match. Third condition match, it is rafa. What is the fourth and last condition that we need to check?
It has to be after After fail.
After fail is done, right? Which is the last one? What we have to match with the fail?
the gender.
Yes.
Okay, so the gender for both of them, tijaratuhum, it doesn't match.
Tijaratu. If we say that we have two ta ending, is usually the feminine word.
Oh, tijaratu and rabihat. Yeah, so they're both feminine.
So they are both feminine. So we have an outside doer here.
We have an outside door. Yes.
So tijaratuhum, their trade is the outside doer for rabihat. I don't know the meaning of rabiha, but when we use that, we not say hiya, she rabihat or it rabihat. When we say their trade, Rabiha. Let me find the meaning of Rabiha. It sounds so weird when I'm talking about like this.
Of the gender part, please.
Okay.
I couldn't.
Let me find the meaning of Rabiha first. Rabiha means interest, profit. No. In Rabiha, no, not this Rabiha. Sorry. Rabi means with the pronoun.
But Ustaza, I think it will match here the meaning because tijara is trade. So Rabiha is the profit.
No, we have to be the meaning of Rabiha as a fail, not a noun, right?
Yeah, okay.
So it's not giving me a meaning of here. Sorry, I cannot find it. So please leave it. I will explain it to you next at the time. But you're talking about the matching, right? So tijaratu, we have a taha in the end. So usually the word ending with ta marbuta in the end is feminine in nature. And when we have ta marbuta, when we are joining it, we will put only ta, not taha, the thing with the ha with the ta. So tijaratu is feminine and rabihat is feminine. So gender match. Do you get it?
Yes, Ustaza.
Okay. I'll find the meaning of rabiha because the arrow tool is not giving me the right meaning. So I will inshallah explain it to you. Now, Sister Sarah, please do dakhala jannatuhu. Wa is a harf and dakhala jannatuhu. Jannatuhu.
وَدَخَلَ جَنَّتَهُ. Okay. Dakhala.
Dakhala means to enter.
Dakhala is to enter, yeah.
So dakhala means entered.
Dakhala is, yeah. So dakhala, he entered.
So yes, what format it is?
Huwa format.
So we look for the outside doer now, right?
Yes. Then jannatahu. Jannatahu is the who is the attached pronoun here.
Yes.
Jannatahu. Jannatahu. This attached pronoun is also who, the singular format, so it matches in the.
No. Jannatahu. What is jannatahu?
Jannatahu is the idafa fragment.
Yes. So where do we look for the status?
The mudaf. Yes. Mudaf is jannata.
Mm-hmm.
Jannata is the nasab form.
So do we have rafa here?
No, we don't have rafa here. So it must be marfu. So the condition is not meeting.
So it's not an outside.
It's not an outside doer.
So what is the doer in dakhala?
The doer in dakhala is inside doer, that is huwa.
Very well done. Very good. Sister Habiba. Qala lahu Musa. Qala means he said.
He said, okay. Kala lahu. Lahu is.
It's a jar majroor. Forget it. Look for the ism.
Musa can be because it is non-flexible.
But you have to tell me first thing that is qala in a huwa.
Kala is huwa form.
Yes.
And then after that Musa is rafa.
Mm-hmm.
And gender is yes, both of is huwa.
Mm-hmm.
Masculine. Yeah.
And
so
this is our outside doer, right? If I qala means he said, then what does qala Musa means?
Musa said.
Musa said, right? Now we will not say he said, we will say Musa said. Very good. Sister Hodma. Fasta'ama ahlaha. Fa is, forget the fa. Asta'ama ahlaha.
استعامة. Okay.
So do we have this kind of alif ending in huwa or hiya format?
No.
So it is not an huwa hiya format, is a fail. So do we look out for other things?
If I look at the أهلها,
Why do we look at the ahlaha?
I'm trying to see if it is.
No. If we say the fail first, if the fail is in hiya or huwa format, then we look for the outside doer, right? Since the fail
Yes.
is not in hiya and huwa format, so we are not looking for the outside doer anyway.
Oh, what does that mean?
I don't know the meaning of astama, but astama, which kind of, you can find the pronoun in it. What is the pronoun istama? Let me find the meaning of istama for you.
Does that mean like help?
No, istama means not help. I mean, what is the pronoun in istama? Just read, put it in the chart, istam, and then find the pronoun in it.
Huwa?
What will be huwa istam?
No, sorry. I mean huma.
Homa istama'a, right? So it's a pronoun is huwa here. Let me find the meaning of istama. Istatama, sorry, it's not istama, istatama. Ta as well. Istata'am means to ask for food. So huma astama means both of them asked for food. And ahla we forget because ahla could be something else, but it's not an outside doer at the moment.
Okay.
Because arastama is in huma format, not in huwa format.
Huwa or here. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sister Lippy, أخذتهم الرجفة.
Okay, so أخذت, I can find the door is here. أخذت.
Yeah, أخذت, right?
And I have to see the outside door. So whom is the Rafa status? So and
No.
no, they don't make gender. So Ar-Rajfat is a Rafa status and feminine as well. So they match gender.
Yes. So we have Ar-Rajafatu as an outside doer for Akhazat.
Yes, Akhazat.
I know people will get, I know Sister Lippy, you have studied verb before, but to the rest of them, you will say, what is hum doing here, right? And why we are not looking for a hum? Because hum is an attached pronoun, and attached pronoun in a study of fail is always the detail, right? So
Yes.
when you look at the chart of you will not find any with the hum ending, right?
Yes.
So hum nasarua and hum we will not find hum nasartuhum, right? Hum nasarua is a fail format. If we have a attached pronoun after a fail, it is always a detail which we have not studied yet. So since Sister Lippy knows, she just moved forward and find Ar-Rajafatu as an outside doer of Akhazat. So don't get confused. We will inshallah do the details tomorrow, and then you will be able to understand why Akhazat hum we did not look at the hum and move to Ar-Rajafatu. So hold your question till tomorrow, inshallah. Sister Raisa, وَتَبَعْنَا الرَّسُولَ.
وَتَّبَعْنَا الرَّسُولَ. Okay, so
Forget the wa. Atabana.
yeah, أَتَّبَعْنَا. Okay, so first we need to see if it matches the huwa here. أَتَّبَعْنَا. No, it doesn't match the huwa here.
So what pronoun is in atabana?
Na is we. It's nahna.
Nahanu attabana. Nahanu attabana. So we do not have huwa here format. We will not look for the outside doer.
Yeah.
Good. Sister Sarah, allamni Rabbi.
Allamni Rabbi. Allamni.
Allamani Rabbi. Sorry, not Allamni. Allamani.
Allamani Rabbi. Allamani also is not from Hua or Here format.
Okay. Now, first tell me, do you have any format with ending of a ni in Fi'l al-Madi?
In Fi'l al-Madi, we don't have any format ending with a ni.
So ni is attached pronoun here, right? It's not the inside pronoun, it's attached pronoun. So forget ni and look for the word allama.
Okay, so if I look at Allama, so this will be Hua format.
So we have a fail in
We
Hua
have
format.
a fail.
Now we
in
will
Hua
look,
format.
now forget the ni, forget the attached pronoun. Now look for the isim after it. So we have an isim Rabbi.
Yes.
So what is Rabbi?
Rabbi, Rabbi would be like my Lord, my Rabb. So,
This is very confusing. When we have a Rabbi is idafa, right? You say my Lord, Lord
yeah.
of mine. So we will look for the Rabbi, not ye for the status. Now here it's Rabbu and plus ye, but since it is not, Rabbui doesn't sound good, so they say Rabbi. So but here, because Tajweed thing, this is Rabbi, not
Yeah.
Rabbui. So but here I'm telling you that the word Rab is Rabbu here.
Rabbu. So it is in the marfu
Yes.
form. So it is matching the condition.
And it is Hua.
And it is
Gender is matching.
It is, yeah, it's also the gender is matching.
So here Rabbi is our outside.
Rabbi is the outside doer here.
Good. Now sister Habiba. Qalu rabbakum alamu. Qalua rabbukum alamu.
Okay. Kalu is with wow. So Hua whom Kalu. So this is plural.
Qalu is in home format. It's not Hua or Hiya. So do we look for anything else?
No.
So this is not Qalu is our inside doer, which is home, right?
Okay. Okay.
Good. Sister Hodma. Khalaqakum min turabin.
Is it the same thing that do I ignore the kum?
You ignore the kum
And
because
look
we do not have any fail with the commanding in Maadi, right?
Yeah. And look at khalaqa. That huwa khalaqa.
Huwa khalaqa. So we look for the outside doer.
Fa'il. Min is harfu jar. Turabin is therefore in jar form. So that wouldn't be.
That wouldn't be. There is no ism in marfu form. So we do not have any outside doer. So what is our doer in khalaqakum?
Kum.
No. Kum is not a doer.
Oh, but then turabin also wouldn't be the doer.
So what is the doer?
Oh, sorry. Khalaqa. The huwa.
Khalaqa. Huwa khalaqa. Huwa is the doer, right?
Yes.
Khalaqa means created. If I say, now translate khalaqa, so with the pronouns, with the doer in it, what would you say?
Ka kuma kum.
No, you say khalaqa, just translate here, khalaqa.
Oh, khalaqa. He created.
He created. Kum means you all, right? He created
Yeah.
you all. So kum is a detail here.
Yes.
We call it maf'ul, right? Inshallah
Okay.
ta'ala, tomorrow we will study maf'ul and then you will understand it better, inshallah ta'ala. So today, so far, we studied what the fail Maadi looks like. And you have to remember this chart, inshallah ta'ala. And we see that there can be inside and the outside doer. And we studied the conditions for the outside doer. Tomorrow, inshallah ta'ala, we will look for the maf'ul, which is the details about the fail. In the Jumla failure, we have fail, file, and maf'ul. So we studied fail and file today. And inshallah ta'ala, tomorrow we will look at the maf'ul and the types of maf'ul we have. the write of the details about the ism, right? So any question before we end the session today?
No, Ustaza, just the part that how should we identify the just by, I think by memorizing the chart we'll be able to differentiate the ending and remove the part which is not
Which is not connected.
not matching with the
Yes.
That's my question.
Yeah, so if you remember the chart, then you'll be able to identify if it is the attached pronoun to a fail or it's the part of the fail, right? Some ending can be confusing, like nahanu is like na, and then you have nasarna. So you can be like nasarna is na, nasarna, but you will, inshallah, when you remember the chart, you will be easy to identify between the attached pronoun, like the maf'ul, and the file inside the in a word, right?
Okay, can I go?
Everybody can go. We are just ending.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yes.
so any question, or should I end the program? Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.